Good afternoon. Hey, this is your girl Sunny Sunshine coming to you live from my kitchen. Hi, Miss LaShonda. I'm just trying to wait for a couple more people to get on so I can give you an idea of what I'm about to do. Hello, Miss Rivers. How are you on this Thursday? Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me as I go through my tutorial. I do a good deed every day and I walk my neighbor's dog. So I happened to get ready to do the tutorial. I was like, nope, let me walk the dog and come back. And then I come back and the people is mowing the grass behind my house. So hopefully I'm loud enough and you guys are able to hear me. If you're able to hear me, shoot me some likes, some hearts, some somethings, just so I know that you guys can hear me. Before I begin this tutorial, hey Miss Stephanie, hey Miss Tina, I just would like to say to you guys, thank you all for keeping me and my family in your prayers. When we come out of a year into a new year, we hope that, the new year brings about different blessings. And at the end of December, I came into, my cousin was admitted into the hospital. She went into cardiac arrest. So from December 30th till yesterday, I've been dealing with tragedy. My cousin is recovering. That's the blessing. But as you guys have been aware, I did lose someone yesterday. My cousin was in a head-on collision at 5, and she leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter. So I ask that you guys continue to keep us in prayer, and just make sure you love your kids, you love your family. We all can be a little dysfunctional, because that's what family is. But just make sure you show them love. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you appreciate them. You don't always have to agree to the things that they're doing, but sometimes just a little bit of, hey, I just want you to know I love you, but I need you to get your shit together. That's okay. We can do that. Excuse me. So let me go ahead and get into this tutorial. I do have another appointment I got to get to a little bit later. So today, as I stated yesterday, I am going to do a tumbler with alcohol ink. So I have one ahead. I have that I purchased from Michael's, and I will turn the camera around and show you the supplies that I have. I will also, if anyone has questions, please feel free to post them, and I will answer them once I complete the tutorial, because again, this is a live tutorial, so I don't want to stop my mojo. So let me turn the camera around. So here is my stainless steel tumbler. I have spray painted it white with Krylon matte white spray. I am using Amazing Clear Cast 2-part clear coating epoxy. Here are my gloves. I'm using the Spin It machine, which you can also get from Michael's. Here is the alcohol ink I will be using. It is by Pinata. It is a rich gold, a Blanco, which is white, a Senorita magenta, and a Baja blue. And I have my 3M. Just so you know, this is just the one that I was able to locate at the time. I do have a more industrial mask. My boyfriend actually works for a flooring company that deals with epoxy. So he has brought me home the industrial mask, which his workers use. It is very important that you use a mask when dealing with epoxy. The chemicals are strong. You must be in a well ventilated area. I am in my kitchen with my windows, my garage, and my front door open. So it's ventilated in my house. Here is a little bit of Vaseline. And what I do with the Vaseline I learned from a mentor, is I line the rim of the cup with a little bit of Vaseline. Sometimes the epoxy can spill over, and it's just to be safe so that the epoxy is easy to wipe out. I have this on a camera, so I will do the best that I can. Oh, and I have my heat gun. All of which, my heat gun was purchased off of Amazon. So feel free to go on Amazon. I think it cost me anywhere from like $9 to $14. I also have a silicone mat. I like the silicone mat because once the epoxy gets on there, the epoxy is easy to just peel off. You don't have to force it or nothing. It just bends off and it comes off. So, guys, I'm trying to keep you guys in view. So, again, bear with me. I'm new to this camera thing. I will place this on my spinner. The spinner does have an adjustment area. So you can spin it, make it close, tighter, make it wider. It just depends on you. So let me open it up so I can make sure that it's on here and it doesn't come off. So see, it's on there. You put it on. Okay. And what I'm going to do is these are my cups for my epoxy. When mixing epoxy, you must make sure you have equal parts, or it will not, what's the word I'm looking for? I just went blank. Or it will not cure properly. That's what I'm saying. Again, use your gloves. Very important. I have another set of gloves because I will be, using my hands to do this. You are so right, Miss Julia. That's why I normally have my industrial mask, because I have the protectors on the side. But again, this is the one that I was able to find. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Give me some hearts up if you can still hear me. I have to do this, so again, I hope you guys can hear me. So I have a part A, and a part B. I am going to fill this up to 30 mils. These cups I also purchased off Amazon. I think I got maybe like 100 cups for $5. I've tried to reuse other ones in the past, and it's just not a good look. So I suggest you get more than what comes in this box. And I think they give you 2, maybe 4. These red cups, I will pour my mixture in so I can stir it. So part A is pretty thick. You want to make sure you have enough epoxy to cover. So this is at 25 mils. That's where I'm going to stop at. I got these sticks from the dollar store. You can get a bag for $1. Make sure you close your stuff up tight and put it aside so you don't mix nothing up. So again, this is at the 25 mil mark. It's kind of hard for you guys to see. So I will also mix part B at 25 mils. This is more of the liquid, so it comes out pretty fast. So again, equal parts. Any epoxy that you have left over, please fill the project. As long as it's mixed, you can use it. All right. So I'm at 25 mils. Maya, don't be nervous. I was too. Trust me, honey. Trust me. So now that I have those two mixed or together, I pour them in this cup. Part A. And again, this is thick. So make sure you scoop it out, get it out. Again, this is alcohol ink that I'm using. I will do another tutorial with mica powder. And that will be the first time I've ever used mica powder. So I'm a little excited for that. Scrape it, scrape it, scrape it. Don't be afraid. Ugh. Get it all out. Get it into the cup. Act like it's all you got. Ain't got no more. Can't afford no more. And just make sure it's all in the cup. Thank you, everybody who has just joined. Here's part B. Going into the cup. Now, so everybody mixes epoxy different. Some people say stir it slow. Some people say I just stir it. I'm the one that's going to just stir it. You may see bubbles, and that's okay. Because once you put it on your cup and you use the heat gun, you can blow those bubbles out. See? I got it all out. As much as I could, all of it. I'm down to my last. And then I just put these cups together, put them to the side. And now, as you can see, it's in there, and I stir. I stir for a good 10, not 10 minutes, about 3 to 5, if that. But again, you want to make sure it's mixed well. And you see, it'll get cloudy. It's cloudy in the inside. I don't know if you guys can really see. But just stir, stir, stir. Maya, I am wearing a mask. Phyllis, I got my spinner from Michael's, and I actually used the coupon. So when I purchased it, I think I paid like $14 for it. So make sure you pay attention to your coupons for Michael's and Joann's. Now I understand Hobby Lobby has a spinner. It's a stainless steel kind. It's a steel kind of spinner. I actually have a 3-tumbler spinner being built. It's gonna be a tester, and if I can get my person to make more, I can probably take some orders for it. Again, we're all just trying to make a living here. Maya, you don't want to save your epoxy because it will harden on you. So if you have, say, extra epoxy, you can use it to in a mold. You can use it on another project. But what you don't want to do is let it sit, because it will harden on you, especially after it's been mixed. I see some bubbles in here. I will try to show you guys in just a minute. But again, I just want to make sure I got it mixed up really, really good. If you hear noise in the background, it's my teenager. He's home from school, living his best life. So do you guys see those bubbles? Them bubbles will eventually come out. But when you have bubbles, it's good. That lets you know you're doing something right. Because before there was no bubbles. So again, just mix really, really well. And again, we will use the heat gun to help get those bubbles out. Don't let nothing go to waste. This epoxy is not cheap. However, again, if you use your coupons, you can save. Because trust me, I stocked up one day at Michael's. It was on sale. I used my coupon, and I got me enough to last me for a while. All right. All right. I advise not to mix epoxy in glass. Make everything disposable. I'm looking, so if anyone has questions as I'm mixing, I'm trying to answer them. All right. So you see I have some bubbles in there, but I'm not really worried about those bubbles. My main concern is making sure it's mixed very well. Now you see how I'm able to stir a little faster. Before it was too thick for me to do that. All right. All right. All right. So now that I have my epoxy mixed up, I'm going to put this in here. Uh-oh. I'm going to turn on my spinner. It's a little loud. I know you guys can hear it. Give me one moment. I see it dipping, so that lets me know that you're secure enough. Oh, wait. Be patient with me, everybody. Just trying to make sure that my spinner spins evenly around and it's no dipping of the cup. Ah. All right. All right. Hopefully this holds, because it... You know what? Give me one moment, you guys. My not as secure as I would like it. So give me one moment. One thing for sure is you have to just learn tricks of the trade. Okay? All right. All right. That's secure. All right. So, I will turn this way so you guys can see. All right. So, here we go. So, I got my spinner on. As you can see, it's spinning. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pour some epoxy on here. Make sure you rub it on there good, even. Remember, it's spinning. So it's going to spin and it's going to even out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to apply it, move it around. Thank you. Sorry, I'm talking to my mailman. Every bit of your tumbler. Every bit. The top, the bottom. Some people go up, some people go down. Just again, the whole objective is to make sure you cover the tumbler with epoxy evenly. You want to make sure you have enough, that you're applying it. You can even mix your glitter and stuff in your epoxy if that's what you want to do to your cup. Your possibilities are endless when it comes to this. And remember, this is not a quick job. This must turn. You have to make sure that it cures, and it generally takes about a good 24 hours to do so. Before you apply any decals or anything. So if you notice, there's areas that don't have epoxy. But as it spins, make sure you get the bottom. You want to cover everything. Leave nothing uncovered. Tina, the first time I'm only going to do, at this point, I'm only going to do one. And then once it cures and I add decals, water slides, or vinyl, I will put on another coat. And that will help me to make sure that it's secure. But my first batch, I use whatever I mix. That just gives me for sure assurance that I have even coat all the way around. And again, use your finger. You see any lumps or anything, clean them up. You don't want to lay your glitters or your alcohol ink and then you have dips. That's what you don't want. You don't want no dip. And when you use your heating gun, that helps to spread the epoxy. The heat activates the epoxy. Patricia, sometimes you make sure you signed up to their mailing list. If I see them, I will make sure to post the 60%. Because I'm always looking for a deal. Call me a deal girl. Deal is my middle name. Free? Trust me, I would. See, I found a bubble there. So I'm going to just make sure I smooth out those bubbles. So I'll have a little bit more epoxy. And I'm going to use it all. I'm using it all. I also have the silicone brush that I got from the Dollar Tree. I use that sometimes for smoothing as well. But again, it's different. Everybody's different. Some people prefer to use their fingers. Some would prefer to use a silicone brush. It just depends on what's easier for you, what you enjoy doing. All right. All right. So I got all my epoxy on there. Let me change my glove. And as you can see, it's just spinning. Nadaja, I hope I pronounced your name right. My primer came in my paint. I didn't prime it. I didn't sand my tumbler or anything. So for a minute, you're not going to be able to hear me because I'm about to use my heat gun. Just to epoxy. And what you want to do, let me show you guys. You want to move this. Hopefully you guys can see me. You want to move this fast. Do not, and I'm going to repeat, do not post your heat gun on your cup like this. It will burn the epoxy. You want to move with swift motion. Okay? Let me lift this up so you guys can see. Sorry, you guys. By me doing this, it helps to get bubbles out, any bubbles that may be there. You also want to do the bottom. This helps to spread the epoxy. That came off the thing, you guys. I don't see any bubbles. So this is where the magic is about to start. Let me see if I can get this back on this thing real quick. So, again, alcohol inks, and it's simple. You just drop them, and you will see what happens. So I'm going to start with magenta. And there's no rhyme or reason to how this goes. Okay, so it's not perfect. And this is Baja Blue. And the colors will run together. And that is perfectly fine. I'm going to use a little gold here. When you're using gold, shake it really, really good, okay? Because gold can be very overshadowing. A little gold goes a long way. And then I use a little white. Watch what happens. Fayani, you better use it, girl. Let me show you. So I'm going to put a little white, like on these blues and these pinks. Even on the gold a little bit. Now, as you can see, there's some areas like on my bottom, I'm noticing I don't have enough pink. So I just come back in and add some pinks or reds or whatever colors you feel you want to add. Because I'm going to show y'all what happens after. You just, again, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You just go with what you know, what feels good to you. Like, I feel like I want a little bit more gold. So I'm going to add a little bit more gold. Can you see the colors mixing? So under the bottom, I don't see enough gold, so I just come in and add a little bit more. And then I get my heat gun again. And I go over it. Again, this helps spread it. I see some areas that I'm going to add some white to. $40. I'm gonna be a little late. It's all right. Give me some likes if you like what you see so far. Thumbs up. See that big pink part right there? Watch what happens. Because I gotta come add a little white to it. You know, you can spread it out. Make it spread. Yeah. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more heat. Again, the heat helps spread it, make it movable. Helps move things around a little bit. I got an area at the top by the lip that looks like it needs some coating. So I'm going to put it up here. And spread it. So this is what I have so far. Let me take this off. Sorry, y'all. This is what I got. This is what I'm working with thus far. That's the bottom. And see how it's coming off? That's fine. You want all that to drip off. But that's because the epoxy was used, the heat was applied. So it makes it pliable so that it can move around and spread. Stephanie Harris Hicks, I bought my alcohol inks from Michaels. So this is what I got. I will continue to let this spin. I'm going to go to my other appointment, and then I will come back and I will show you guys overnight before anything else is done to the cup. So these colors, again, will merge even more. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back later, and I will also do another tutorial and show you how I bling my coffee mugs. Once again, I appreciate you guys and thank you for the prayers. Everybody, open up them Cricut boxes. Let's get to work. Don't be afraid. You have a bunch of cousins, sisters, and friends in here. So let's do it. 2020, let's make it a masterpiece.